Today, you will be invited to surrender to fear. You will be invited to let go, relinquish control, fall through the thin ice in your own mind. Fear is a strange foe. If you accept its call, what will you lose? You will forfeit peace, directionality, the control you require to realize every hope you've nurtured on your path thus far. Above all, you will lose the time you need to realize the wealth of possibilities life has laid out like a banquet before you. And yet we wonder, is it possible? Is it plausible? The worst will happen. Of course it is, though it rarely does. So given the gamble, the low odds, the real question is, what will you do with the time that is available to you? What will you do with your life, which neither pauses nor ceases between now and an envisaged, vividly imagined, fear-based event? Will you cower, shrink, recede or diminish? Will you become less, step through the ice? And if so, how will that serve you? Now imagine this scenario. The thing with which you have been preoccupied does not come to pass for you, as with most of our fears. It fades with time, its once terror-inducing sting lost to memory. Now you are left with the accumulation of what you did during that time. Did you live? Did you thrive? Did you use those hours, weeks, months as a faithful steward of your own potential? Was yours a story of courage and momentum? Or did that time become forever lost to you? A barren stretch, a toxic stew of wasted opportunities, surrendered hopes. We speak of time as the great thief, but it isn't. Fear. Fear is the true villain of our story. Fear prevents us from using our time, from living most fully. Even heaven aches at our wasted time, the product of our fear. Of all instructions from angels to man, this one was most repeated. Do not be afraid. So what is your fear today? Your forebears have lived through worse, and the proof of their survival is you, your very existence. We have survived plague and famine, wars that spanned the world. We have survived the fear of nuclear holocaust and false prophets with their endless doomsday predictions. They have hawked their ceaseless words of fear, telling us the food would run out by 1960, the plants would be consumed by 1970, the rain would be made of acid and the atmosphere would be scorched and gone by 1980. Every irrational apocalyptic promise they could conjure and sell, and yet we survive. We thrive, we grow smarter, and we do better. Fear, truly, is the real enemy. Paralysis, deterioration, terminal unwillingness to live because of what might be, because of whispers of the shadows of the ghosts in the dark. The opposite of fear is optimism. Attendant with that courageous selection come wonder, awe, love, laughter, growth, joy, and forward momentum. The choice to be fully alive. We all die. We always have. We always will. It's the most natural thing. And then our children go on to do greater things than us, and their children even more so, through generations of growing human promise. But while we are here, until our appointed day, do we truly live? If you choose fear, the answer will be no. If you do not, the answer can be yes. And you will never be 100% safe. There's no such thing. This, in part, informs why life is so precious. But safety itself is not the goal of life. It's not the point. Be responsible with your gift of life, but for fear of every flitting shadow, do not forget to live. For fear is anti-life. Fear is stop, halt, wait. Fear shrinks, reverses, breaks, falls, goes down. Choose life. Do not have a spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and a sound mind. You have the precious, impermanent, awesome, fragile, wonderful, limited gift of life. You must live, and you must live fully. Do not be afraid.